Dude, today might be like the wildest freaking day ever. So, where do I even start with this? Earlier today, I have early gameplay of Battlefield 6. It goes up on Ink Slasher. It goes up here on Ink TV. We have the live gameplay here. We have the breakdown of the gameplay over there. And minutes, like literally 30 minutes before I'm about to put that out, a tweet goes out on Twitter from Call of Duty themselves. This is that tweet. The Call of Duty community is unmatched, and we thank you for joining us in the Black Ops 7 beta over the last week. This beta has provided Treyarch the opportunity to try new things and rapidly test and implement player feedback. Building on this feedback, we can confirm that open matchmaking with minimal skill consideration will be the default in Black Ops 7 multiplayer. Additionally, to help players together from the match more often, persistent lobbies will be coming to Black Ops 7 on launch on November 14th. They have removed skill-based matchmaking, not just in a playlist, all together. Now, I don't know if they're going to have a separate playlist for skill-based matchmaking. That would be pretty weird. But no, it's gone. At launch, it is no longer going to be there. Now, when the beta ended, they put out this blog post that goes over some things that they're going to be changing at full launch. But I just wanted to say this. It is wild that back in 2019, they implemented skill-based matchmaking with Modern Warfare 2019. That's when it went into effect. When they implemented it, slowly people didn't believe that it was a thing. And then people were like, okay, there's something weird going on here. There's something fishy. And slowly we've started to uncover it. In Modern Warfare 3, they put out a white paper on it. We fought against it and it wasn't going anywhere. And it wasn't going to go anywhere until Battlefield 6 came along and all of a sudden put a dent in their numbers. Now, somewhere out there, there is an Activision CEO whose idea was skill-based matchmaking and said it was better for the game, ran these tests, ran these studies and said it was better. And then someone, I don't know who it was, same Activision employee, or maybe it was someone at Treyarch, maybe it was Matt Scrontz, maybe we got to give him credit, said, you know what, let's just test it in the beta. They put it in and everyone played it. That CEO could have cost them billions of dollars from this stupid idea. And it's Battlefield messing up the pre-orders that saved it. It's insane. I think I'm going to have to probably make a documentary about it for Ink Slasher, but it's unprecedented. It's really unprecedented. Now let's dive into these patch notes, talk about what's going on here. So beta takeaways. With just a couple hours remaining, I didn't realize that this came out before the beta ended. We wanted to update everyone with some big takeaways. First, on behalf of Treyarch and Black Ops 7, the team, thank you for playing Call of Duty Thank you for playing. The Call of Duty community is unmatched in the Black Ops and playing Black Ops 7 with you throughout the past week has been a ton of fun. The beta gives us an opportunity to do new things, including the first ever debut of zombies in the beta, which was awesome, and rapidly test and implement player feedback. As we set our sights on launch, we've got some important plans we'd like to share. The matchmaking update. Okay, here's what it says. We know the big question on everyone's minds coming out of the beta is how will matchmaking work in Black Ops 7? At launch, open matchmaking with minimal skill consideration will be the default of Black Ops 7 multiplayer. Here is my worry. With that statement, I hope they don't implement it and then take it away later down the road because they only said at launch. That is my only worry with how they worded that. I think what they were trying to do there is being like, on day one, Black Ops 7 will have open matchmaking. I hope they stick to that. And people are already worried about Modern Warfare 4, and we'll get to that. Simply put, imagine the matchmaking experience of open mosh pit from the beta, but as the standard in Black Ops 7 on day one. See, that's exactly what I thought they would say. Our team feels strongly about providing players with more varied experience, and the beta proved to be a great opportunity to test such an approach. We'll be sharing more details as we get closer to launch. I hope they show the numbers of players and what actually happened with the test. I would love to know. This is the next big one. This is huge. persistent lobbies. We've heard the community discussion and dialogue around lobby disbanding, and as we mentioned earlier during the beta, we are focused on keeping players together from match to match more often. Today, we're excited to announce we'll have persistent lobbies at launch for Black Ops 7. We're committed to providing this experience for players, and we'll be sharing more details soon. That is insane. Not only is skill-based matchmaking gone, persistent lobby, this is old school Call of Duty. Like if you're someone who's maybe watched my videos since Modern Warfare 2019 and doesn't know what this year of Call of Duty is going to feel like, this is going to be your favorite Call of Duty ever. It may not have the best mechanics, it may not have the best maps, it may not have the best score, it may not have everything that you like, it may not be set in the right era, but these two things will make the game feel like the old Call of Duty, where there's a community, where people are talking in chat, where people are talking smack. The next thing that you could announce, Treyarch, if you really want to keep knocking it out of the park, is announce that you will not be comms banning people except for slurs. Say slurs are off the table. You can say whatever you want, trash talk, have fun. I would love if you came out and said that. That's like the only other thing you can do to build more community. But they didn't end there. They added one other shocker in here. Aim assist. We've also seen the discussion about rotational aim assist and the community questions about how aim assist will be tuned across inputs in Black Ops 7. It's a priority of ours to have our fair and competitive balance across all input devices at launch, and we'll be sharing more about changes coming to aim assist on controller ahead of launch. So they might actually be nerfing aim assist, specifically rotational aim assist, for the first time ever as well. So that's another insane thing. Oh, the one other thing I wanted to say about skill-based matchmaking. A lot of people are asking whether or not this is going to be coming to Warzone. There is no news of that yet. No news. It's a separate game, so Raven will have to speak to that, and Activision as well. Clearly, Activision's tests, their data was wrong. So speaking of data, the next thing we have is Ricochet Anti-Cheat. Team Ricochet has been detailing their progress throughout the beta. On day one in Black Ops 7, 97.5% of matches were completely clean of cheaters. Honestly, it's wild that 2.5% of lobbies had a cheater in them. Like, that's insane. On day 5, that number rose to 98.8. In other words, 1.2% of matches had a cheater in them. In other words, it got better, and the more interesting thing about that is it got better during the open beta part of things. So there could be two things to this. One, more people were playing, but also it's free, which means it'd be way easier to cheat in it. So technically, these should be good numbers right here. The team has more beta results and key learnings to share soon, including how we're unleashing our full suite of detections for launch of Black Ops 7. There is a current rumor, and by the way, I now have one complaint about Call of Duty. After everything that they have changed, everything they have done during this beta, there is one complaint about Call of Duty left. Well, it's matchmaking in Warzone, but aside from that, servers. There is currently a rumor that at the launch of Black Ops 7, they are migrating their servers over to faster Microsoft Azure servers. In other words, higher tick rate, better servers, less lag, fixed time to death, which they have said that they are looking into. If they do that last thing, this year is going to be insane. Not to mention, like, some people are seeing this as, oh, this is just Call of Duty fighting against Battlefield 6. And that is true. That is what competition does. And that is a good thing. But man, we're winning. We get Battlefield 6 this year, like in tomorrow. We get it tomorrow. And then we get Call of Duty. And then we have Arc Raiders. We are winning. This year is a win for us. If you're a fan of shooters, we win this year. Now, the last thing that this says, the purpose of the beta is to test, collect player data, and gather feedback from all of you in real time. We have a ton of information to digest from this past week, and work has already begun to implement key improvements and updates for launch. We will be compiling confirmed updates over the coming weeks, and we'll share more about these changes soon. In the meantime, if you haven't finished unlocking the beta rewards, time is running out. It's over now. If you're watching this, it's over. I'm sorry. Look out for upcoming Intel Dev Talks to learn more about what is coming on November 14th. Okay. Two things. Numero uno. Dexterity. We need dexterity addressed in one way or another. Either say you're keeping it the way that it is, or say that you're going to make the aim down sights while movement is happening by default, and then dexterity can be better balanced, because right now it's a pretty big crutch perk. it adds a big improvement, especially if you're using a lot of movement. So there's that. The other thing, I don't remember what I was going to say, but the other thing was, it'll come back to me. There's a couple more things that we have to talk about here. Because Charlie Intel then tweeted this: Black Ops 7, no skill-based matchmaking, no disbanding lobbies, no carry forward, aim assist changes, bundles back to COD identity. We'll see. The jury's out on that one. Movement updates, that we're waiting to see what exactly those are going to be fully. Changed Vault Edition operators. We're Wing. And then this. Remember how I said about Modern Warfare 2019? Remember how I said that there was a time before skill-based matchmaking where Call of Duty felt like Call of Duty? This was a message that Treyarch put out during Black Ops 2. Go easy on the Christmas noobs, but we know you won't. We will see Christmas noobs this year. Level 1s will be in our lobbies. They're coming. They are coming. And I said to you guys that if they did this, I would pre-order the game. Just to be clear, this is going to be the first Call of Duty game I have ordered since Infinite Warfare. After Infinite Warfare, I stopped pre-ordering them. Part of that is because they started giving me titles for free, but I'm pre-ordering this one. I'm pre-ordering it today to show them that if they do stuff like this, if they do what the community asks, they have earned my money. So I'm pretty impressed by that one. So dexterity needs to be fixed. Skill-based matchmaking in Warzone, things along those lines, and servers definitely need to be addressed. And I hope those are things that they do moving forward. Time will tell. We will see. But I'll say it. I'll leave you guys off with this. I know he's not here. I wish he was, and that would be unreal if he just came in. But as the famous T-Dog would say, Call of Duty is indeed back.